It's time now for the Jock and the Doc, your Bay Area sports report on the Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network. Here are your hosts, Glenn and Dave.
It's Glenn and Dave. It is, wait a sec. No, it's not Dave. Oh, geez. No, Dave's missing again. It's the Jock the Doc morning show, a Northern Lights Entertainment production. We've got Eric Romo in as the special guest host. How you doing, pal?
Not too bad. How you doing, man?
Good. We had a great Giant Sports Talk live over on our sister channel. And boy, everybody's if they're not in a frenzy because the Giants lose, they're in a frenzy because they win. They've won 4 in a row. We'll talk about the Giants coming up. Let's start off with the National Football League. This is, I have no idea. I've done some research. I couldn't find out any rhyme or reason why, but week 3 wraps up with not 1, 2 Monday night games. The first one, just as I expected, a blowout. Jacksonville Jaguars were in Buffalo, where it was a big game, as predicted, for Josh Allen, 23 of 30, 263 yards, Eric, and he threw for 4 touchdowns.
Holy crap.
If you had, and I believe somebody named Eric Romo has Josh Allen on his fantasy team. You must have had a big week.
You're talking to the wrong guy, man. I have nothing to do with that. Talk to my partner. He's the one that knows all that stuff. He's excellent at doing that stuff. So
your partner is the football mind. You are the financial. You're the investor.
Exactly. All I did is pitch in. That's all I did, man. He is the brains of the outfit. When it comes to that, I know not enough.
Trevor Lawrence, he had a rough night. 21 for 38. He did have a touchdown. But it was anytime you play Buffalo, and just as we predicted, 47-10 for the Bills. The other game, what a finish. Washington sent Cincinnati to their 3rd straight loss. It was Washington 38, Cincinnati 33. I got to look quickly at Burrow, 29 of 38. He threw 3 touchdowns, but obviously the Cincinnati defense is not getting it done. A lot of people saying that the San Francisco 49ers D isn't getting it done. I think their offensive line is weak. We saw on Sunday, tough outing, losing it in the final minute against the Rams. People a little upset with the coaching staff. A lot of people upset with the team.
Let's think about this. I mean,
1 and 2.
Let's think about this, the San Francisco Bay Area fan base. I mean, you got the Giants, who have had another miserable year. Now you got the 49ers, who are starting to they're starting off 1 and 2 in their first 3 games, and that's
everybody had them going 3 and 0.
Oh, and look, the fan base is going to start losing their minds because there's just too much losing going on. And speaking of losing, you got Christian McCaffrey that's heading to Germany supposedly to go get his Achilles/calf looked at. You got the news of Javon Hargrave tearing his triceps. He's out for the entire year.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just and then of course the debacle of the game. You know, you got special teams. You got, I mean, it's just
missed field goal.
The punt, a fake punt. And then on the guy returns the punt for, gosh, how many yards did he return? It was quite a bit. But that's what sealed the deal for the Niners, because that return was spectacular for that Rams kid, that rookie. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. You would probably know better than I. But they were able to, the Rams were able to do. They march it down the field a little bit more, get within that field goal range, and the rest is history.
A lot of people in the media calling the turning point in that game the fake kick. When they moved it over to the left, they ran it to the left, picked up enough yardage, changed the complexity of the game in the second half. If there is a ray of hope, ray of light, ray of sunshine, it would be that San Francisco is back at Levi this weekend, and they are 10-point favorites, one of the largest spreads of the week in Vegas. San Francisco will be hosting the 1-2 New England Patriots, who, I don't think they can play up to the San Francisco level. It should be a big. I think
I heard that about the Rams too, though.
Yeah, they were missing so many players too. So,
right,
boy, this is going to be a big game. Going to be an interesting game from the opening kickoff to see what kind of San Francisco 49er team we get right out of the gate, Eric.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, the fans will be there supporting their team, but boy, if they don't get a win on this one, it's going to, boy, I could just imagine what it's going to be like on Twitterverse, on YouTube, you name it, the media. It's going to be pretty damn intense. And it's kind of a shame if you think about that game. Everyone's focusing on everything bad, but Juwan Jennings had a fantastic game. Brock Purdy to an extent had a good game, but that all gets washed away because of the outcome and unfortunately how that game ended. So let's see what happens. Is there any news on Kittle? I think he's still hurt, isn't he?
He's still on the sidelines, so don't expect to see him when the Patriots come to town, Levi Stadium, Sunday afternoon. All righty, let's jump into our favorite sport. Well, my favorite sport's hockey, but let's talk about our favorite team, San Francisco Giants. They've won 4 in a row. They were eliminated from postseason play last week. Then they went on a hot streak. The manager fired them up in the dressing room. They go out on the road trip. They're all, what were they dressed? Did you see them? They're all dressed up as Willy Wonka or something.
Oompa Loompas. Yeah, I saw that.
Goodness gracious.
Except for Jelly.
Sean Jelly.
You can't put him in an Oompa Loompa. That would not look right. That just would not look right.
Last night, San Francisco with a 6-3 win in Arizona. You and I were on earlier this morning on the morning edition of Giants Sports Talk Live over on that platform, and we were saying that the Giants are in a position they can play spoilers.
They can. Absolutely, because they're playing against the Diamondbacks, who are just barely ahead of the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves are going to be playing the Miami Marlins. So the Giants could be helping the Braves getting into that third and final wild card. But again, it's going to take some work. They got Atlanta, of course, you got to take care of your own business. You got to win against teams like the Miami Marlins. And we'll see and again, Arizona's got to take care of business by beating the Giants, who are, one game under 500. If you can't beat guys like that, well, then maybe you have no place in being in the playoffs, to be honest with you, especially here in the stretch. You got to take care of these kind of teams if you want to make the playoffs, because it's not going to get any easier.
Michael Conforto playing for a contract with somebody next year. He was 2 for 5, had a couple of runs scored in RBI. Matt Chapman added a little excitement to the broadcast last night. I caught the game, the televised game on Bay Area. And inside the park home run. When was the last time you saw that?
Yeah, exactly. Both. Conforto, he hit a home run and had a double. Chapman had a inside the park home run and a triple. So it was pretty exciting to see what they were able to produce in the lineup. Nice to see.
I was glad to see my boy
Encarnacion.
Gerard Encarnacion in the lineup. I didn't expect him to be DHing in the second spot, the 2-hole. You had Ramos leading off, Encarnacion. I'll be curious now for our next installment of Giant Sports Talk Live, which airs at Giant Sports Talk Live. Look us up. YouTube will be on tonight after the final pitch of the Giants-Arizona game. We'll be talking about the Giants in depth, and I'm interested in tonight's show to see what kind of lineup. I never know what they're going to throw out there. You never know. Pencil in your scorecard very carefully at opening pitch. All right, coming up tonight, the Giants, they will be playing game number 2, looking for 5 in a row. They haven't done that yet this year.
Have not done that. So this would be the first. So let's see what happens. Brandon Pfaadt's going. I'm not sure if you might want to take a look at his number. Brandon Pfaadt. I'm not sure what he's doing. I don't think he's been all that great.
He's a 500 pitcher. He's 10-9 with a 4.66 ERA. And Logan Webb, unpredictable, but he is a good pitcher. 12-10, 3.58 ERA. So
it's going to be interesting.
Field.
Well, with Logan Webb, if he can spot that sinker, if he can keep it low, same thing with that changeup. If he can spot those, then it's going to be a tough time for the Diamondbacks. But if he can't, then it's going to be a long day for Logan Webb. But now, on the same token, the Giants should be able, the way they've been hitting, they should be able to hit Brandon Pfaadt with the recent history. They should be able to. We'll see how it transpires. First pitch, 6:40, I believe, tonight.
Yes, indeed. And the Giants are 1 game under 500. Not that really matters, but Giants, I don't know if it's because they've won 4 in a row. They're on a hell of a streak right now. But Arizona is the Las Vegas favored by 56% to win tonight's game.
Interesting.
What do you predict? What do you predict now? Do you think it's going to be tough for them to actually win 5 in a row, or are we getting into uncharted waters here?
Man, I don't know. These predictions ain't turning out too. I mean, there's a lot of Giants fans that predicted the Giants were just going to absolutely tank. Yeah, we both said that it ain't going to work. But they've shown some amazing resilience ever since they got eliminated. You know, they've been playing the best ball of the year. It's a little bit. Well, I've been saying this a lot. Is a little too late. But yeah, sure they can win. I think. You know, they're going up against a pitcher that seems to have an inflated ERA. They should be able to take care of some business. But again, you never know. With baseball, man, as soon as that first pitch is thrown, you never know what you're going to get. Giants could. I mean, I think it's a good opportunity for them to get that 5th.
You know, there's some big games, not only Giants playing and, near and dear to our heart, but look at the afternoon game today. Tampa Bay will be in Detroit. I'm going to catch a piece of that one while I'm working from home. Scooble goes after his 18th win. Hard to believe he's 17-4. There is your Cy Young Award winner up against Tampa Bay's Ryan Pepiot. Now, Detroit is in a playoff race, and it is a heated one in the American League. You got Kansas City, you've got Detroit, Eric, and you've got Minnesota all fighting for 2 playoff spots. Somebody's going to be the odd man out. Detroit is, as I mentioned, at home for that game. Just taking a look at the other matchups. Kansas City's in Washington. Meanwhile, you've got the Minnesota Twins playing Miami. A lot of you notice Miami's playing a lot of the heavy hitters who are fighting.
Yes, they are
for the final 9 or 12 games.
Yes, they are, and that's going to be key. That's going to be key. And look, and you know what? You might want to keep an eye on the Seattle Mariners. They're only a game half out.
Yeah,
they could. But they're also going up against the Houston Astros ace in Framber Valdez. So it's not going to be easy, but they got Logan Gilbert going. So it's not like it's going to be easy for the Astros either. But yeah, talk about exciting. Now, the most exciting game of the night is going to be that last game that first pitch will be thrown at 7:10. San Diego at LA, man. Gosh. I want to see San Diego do it. I do. I want to see them knock LA off that top of the NL West. Would that be something, Glenn, to see San Diego be able to take care of business and knock the dreaded Dodgers out of that first place in the NL West?
I can't see it happen. And the Dodgers are 93-63. San Diego's 90-66. So to have any shot whatsoever, San Diego's got to sweep. I think they got to sweep because you've got the weekend series coming up as well, and it's going to be a tough one. You have got the Dodgers going to Colorado,
but that's not easy. Even though Colorado's bad, when they're at home, they're a different team than they are on the road.
And you're going to have a hungry Arizona team hosting San Diego this weekend. So San Diego's going to have a tough schedule. L.A., Arizona, back to back.
You know who? I mean, let's think about this. I mean, San Diego, both. I mean, a lot can happen if you think about it. If the Padres scuffle against the Dodgers and Arizona continues to scuffle against the Giants, I mean, there could be a lot of movement. You could see the Mets getting the first wild card. You could even see maybe. Because think about it, you got the Padres are playing the Dodgers, then Arizona. And all those teams are playing for their lives. Well, not really the Dodgers, but the Padres and Arizona are playing for their lives. One of those guys could be on the outside looking in.
It's a real chess match, man. I don't know. Every day, that's why you and I on Giant Sports Talk Live, one of my favorite things to do during the entire 2-hour show is when we go to the wild card chase. We look every night. It is... I mean, it's like it paints itself out like a Picasso. One night, a team's up by a game, then they're tied, and then the other team's leading. This is going to go down to Sunday. I can just feel it. And you predicted last night. You said there's a possibility. You wouldn't be surprised if we have a 1-game playoff out of this.
It might. I don't know the series. Because if the series, whoever won the series out of the whatever team's tied, they would advance. But if none of that is in play, then there has to be a 1-game playoff. Oh man, that would be something.
Yeah, real baseball gets underway next week. you and I will be keeping a close eye because the Dodger game is getting underway about a half an hour after the Giants. So when we go on the air over on Giants Sports Talk Live tonight, after the final pitch of the Giants and Arizona game, you and I will be able to follow along the final, maybe 7th, 8th, 9th, or 8th, 9th innings. And maybe we've got close ball game. Should be exciting. We can, as you call it, follow the dots.
Follow the dots. Exactly.
Yeah. We do our own play-by-play, which is pretty interesting at times. All right, so that's Major League Baseball. Boy, oh boy, it's shaping up to be a heck of a run. The NHL preseason is underway. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, there's a full slate of action tonight. You got the Anaheim Ducks in town. They'll take on the San Jose Sharks over at the Shark Tank. That game will get underway at 7 o'clock. Coming up tomorrow morning, we'll review that game. And as the weeks progress, we'll be getting more and more involved with our Shark Bites. You can follow us right here for up-to-date information on your San Jose Sharks. And one other thing I want to note, a lot of people give me grief, Eric, even though I'm a big basketball fan. Got my tickets for the Valkyrie. They're sold out. Don't have a player yet, but they're sold out. They enter the WNBA next year. It's going to be a frenzy on game nights there. I wonder how that'll affect Giants baseball, too. You've got Atlanta up against New York tonight. That game will feature the 1-0 postseason lead for New York. I expect them to sweep that series. The other game tonight has Seattle up against Las Vegas. That has all the makings of being a dandy. Las Vegas beat Seattle 78-67 in the opener. Asia Wilson did Asia Wilson things with 21 points, and Diggins Smith had 16 in a losing cause for Seattle. Seattle was 25-15 during the regular season, and just a hair ahead Vegas, 27-13. Pretty evenly matched teams, but Asia Wilson, best player, arguably, in the entire women's basketball. Anyway, I know you're not a big basketball fan.
Yep, you're speaking Greek to me, Glenn.
and you're not a big hockey fan.
I used to be back in the day. I just don't know enough of the play. I know the game. I just don't know enough about the players now. I just don't. I gotta have to get back into that.
Well, that's what's going on tonight. 2 games: Atlanta, New York, Seattle, Las Vegas in the WNBA. I mentioned Sharks play tonight against the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. And you know what? Good thing. They changed their color scheme a little bit. They've gone orange this year, the Ducks, but they brought back the Mighty Ducks logo this year. The great big beaked duck.
Donald Duck?
Yeah, it's sort of like, you remember the movie?
Yeah, I remember the movie. Yeah.
They brought back the old logo by popular
nice. Cool.
demand. So a lot of people are interested in some of that. And in hockey, they have the same thing as the Major League Baseball teams. At the end of the year, if you want to go out and buy every jersey they wear, geez, you'll have a whole closet full. They have special
special theme nights. Gotcha.
Retro jerseys.
They have their version of City Connects.
Military jerseys, military night. Oh, it's crazy. Anyway, that'll wrap things up tonight. You can join Eric and I over in our sister channel as mentioned. It's called Giant Sports Talk Live. Eric, prediction tonight, Giants in Arizona.
I think Giants will win.
All right.
They'll win the 5th.
Arizona will win.
Okay. One of us will be right.
That's right. I can guarantee one thing. Today. And that is we're going to have a heated channel tonight, Giants Sports Talk Live, especially with these playoff races going down to the wire. A little bit later on, don't forget morning baseball. We've got that Detroit Tiger game, Tampa. You might want to check that one out. And the other ones are going to be dandies as well. All right. Appreciate you filling in for Dave. He's always working. He's on assignment. I can never keep track of him. He's missing. I don't know where he went today, but hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. And I'll see you tonight for another edition of Giant Sports Talk Live. Eric, have a great day.
All right. Have a good one, Glenn.
You've been watching the Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network, a Northern Lights Entertainment broadcasting station.